All right, guys, in this video, we're gonna talk about the top 3 high profit business models that you can get into, right, when it comes to business in 2025. Let's get right into it. First one, right, is AI. I call it AAS, right? Or essentially, it's AI-driven software as a service, okay? So I call it AAS because I figured this shit out a long time ago, right? Hearing all the trillionaires and billionaires talk about how AI agents are gonna take over and how you need to learn AI or you're gonna be left behind. So automation, I call it AAS, automation as a service, right? Or AI-driven software as a service. Guys, if you're a person right now and you wanna make significant amounts of money, to me, this is number one. If you want to make significant amounts of money, it's with the lowest overhead, but it can have probably the biggest learning curve depending on your skill sets. AI as a service is gonna make you a fuck ton of money. All right. AI as a service, right? Basically creating AI tools that will help solve businesses' complex problems, uses a lot of data to create personalized solutions, right? To make businesses more money. Most business owners, most businesses in general, don't understand the way of the world. If I didn't already have a business and I was starting out, I would literally be I would go and search all the local companies around me. And I will figure out what their website looked like, what their funnel looked like. How can I create, or what AI services do I know or can I put together to help improve their metrics? How can I improve their KPIs? How can I improve their conversions? How can I make this company more money? I will go and then create them a free demo. And then I will go call these motherfuckers up and be like, hey, XYZ company, right? We created you a free demo to show you how your website can convert at this percentage. We created you a free demo to show you how we can drive 20% more sales to your business every single month. Do you have a time when we can hop on a call? What, a free demo? Hell yeah. Most businesses, people operate on ignorance, right? Most human beings do not have the forever learner mentality. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to have a forever learning mentality. How can I always learn? So the advantage here is most people are not willing to do that. So what you can do, especially with AI becoming so prominent, if you can learn several tools that can help businesses, whatever is their CRM. I got on a live stream with a guy and they're literally creating a specific CRM for the Salesforce people to help them convert better. This is what I'm talking about. AI as a service. What AI tools? You don't even have to make them up. You don't have to go create any AI tools. If you can just be well versed on your understanding of how to use several AI tools, you get really good at the tools, right? Whether it be any accounting tool, whether it be any software emails tools, right? Writing software, like writing emails, writing code, whatever the fuck it is you want to learn, right? That you can help transform a business to help them make more money. You can even pick what industries you want to get into to help elevate their businesses. You learn the tools and you go provide this as a service, right? I guarantee you, I even seen lawyers now that create AI services. You're talking about scalability on extreme levels. Like imagine a lawyer that can now provide his services with AI to billions of people and they don't have to necessarily come into the firm. You're talking about making unbelievable amounts of money. If you can create a service where you can help a business make more money improve their key performance indicators, right? Help them with their conversions. You lead with the free demo. You understand and master the tools. You can help them write better emails. You can help them convert their social media. You can help them their website. You can set up fucking lead magnets for them. You can set up, my goodness. And they pay you a retainer to help increase their conversions, and then you just rinse and repeat. You do a free demo, right? You get a testimonial. You improve their business's metrics. You get them giving you a testimonial, and then now you can go pitch it to other services. This is literally the formula I use for personal training. This was 10 years ago. I didn't know shit about business and marketing then. That strategy just made more sense to me. A free demo or a free workout, help people get in good shape, make money. Help people get in good shape, get a testimonial. Then I offer that testimonial as my portfolio of proof. So you go learn a software or several tools. You provide a service. You help that company improve its metrics. They give you a testimonial. I would even argue do this for free. But for the first few companies, at least the first two, really do a good ass job. Because you know what's good? You know what's important? If you go learn some tools and you do a really good job, and then you do this service for like a month, they don't have a choice but to pay you. Yeah. I helped you improve your conversions, your sales, your marketing. I did all this for your company. I want X amount moving forward, or I'm out. Then they're gonna say no? Yeah, hell no. So not only do you get a testimonial, but you can possibly land your first high-paying client. Because if you help my business make 20% more sales, 30% more sales, and you say, hey, I want X amount of money and it's justifiable, I'm kind of in a chokehold here, right? I'm gonna tell a motherfucker that just made me 20% more money, no? So you're talking about some serious leverage here, bro. If you're a guy who's into tech, you're a guy that likes automation, or even if bro, you learn some fucking tools, you go provide a free demo, and then you use them motherfuckers, you use them as a portfolio of testimonials, and then you offer them your services. Now you can just rinse and repeat. You can create a serious business with this, man. I'm talking 7 figures. Like if you go hard with this shit, you can make 7 figures. Like this is how serious this can be. All right. So that's number 1. Automation as a service, right? Or AI-driven SaaS. I call it AAS. Automation as a service. Okay. Number 2. We got DTC e-commerce. Right? This is direct to consumer. Direct to consumer e-com, specifically with subscriptions. So what is e-com, right? E-com is essentially you're providing a product, right? You're providing products to customers, right? You're selling products to customers. You're selling whatever product, like think about Amazon, whatever. Amazon is an e-commerce company, right? They're an e-commerce conglomerate now, and they have sellers within. But e-commerce is essentially you're selling products to companies. You're selling products to people. DTC, direct to consumer, is you're removing the retail side of it, right? It's common sense. You're just selling to the consumer. I have a student of mine, literally, who's going to make $1 million a month in e-com. So I am familiar with this space. And he's on TikTok Shop. They running ads on Shopify, et cetera, et cetera. Basically, you sell directly to the consumer. Whatever products you want to sell. All right? The thing about e-com is, e-com, if you understand and learn e-com, right, it has tremendous possibilities. Now, let's keep this aware. Like the profit margins generally can be around 20%. They can be low or high. I don't see e-com products ever being like 50% profit margins, 100% profit margins. No. Usually, you're going to still have to have some kind of inventory. If you remove the retail, you're going to be the person responsible for the inventory. So that means you're going to have to create relationships, right, with big, you're going to have to create relationships with suppliers. You're going to remove the retail side of it, but you're going to have to create relationship with suppliers or a connect and where you're going to be selling direct to consumer. If you can master this, I know I'm familiar with the e-com space because I know several people. I have some friends of mine that do 8 figures a year, right? Like 7 figures a month. I got students who like, this shit is real. But it takes some time to figure out. But if you can learn it, right, especially when you add the subscription services in. So imagine now you go learn e-com, you go learn direct to consumer, you start shopping. You start selling on Shopify. You get on TikTok Shop. My student was telling me they're making around 10K, 7 to 10K a day on TikTok Shop. Right? Creating UGC content. You got products that you do market research on that you see. Essentially how this works is you do market research with all the tools that are provided out there. I don't know those tools specifically because I'm not an e-com guy. I just know about this stuff. And I'm just telling you that this is a very profitable business model. With all the tools out there, you go learn about trendy products or trendy clothes or whatever it is, right? And now you're gonna start making ads around this product. You're gonna create a product that you know people are already desiring, and then you're gonna start selling it on your shop. You're gonna customize your shop. You're gonna run ads to your shop. You're gonna make your shop look good, right? So people buy your products. That's essentially what D2C e-com is. Market research, find winning products, right? And then you now are going to run ads and try to make your products look enticing enough for people to buy it. And the way you can do this is you can create UGC ads, user-generated content, right? You get people to promote your stuff, right? Labeling needs to be good, but you have to create relationships with suppliers. And if you add a subscription, like I was mentioning earlier, you add a subscription to this service, right? Now, the stuff that you give people, the clothes that you sell, or the products that you give, they can get them on a subscription. They can pay less money a month, right? If they get these things on repeat. Now, what you're doing is you're creating a consistent income from a super high profit margin business, right? Not super high profit margin, but a great profit margin business. This is incredibly scalable, right? I know a guy that has an e-com brand, clothing brand. I'm not gonna say his name on this video, but they doing 30, 40 million a year because it's direct to consumer subscription, right? They create their own clothes, they create the products, they put their labeling on it, they create UGC content, and now people can buy these things on a subscription basis, and you making a fuck ton of money. So if you want to get into e-com, just understand that there is a learning curve. Like any of these, the software as a service, automation as a service is a learning curve. E-com is a learning curve, but these are like super high leverageable business models that if you took the time to learn, like these business models I'm sharing with you, I would go learn this before I went to college. Like I would take 2 or 3 years to learn D2C econ, AAS, before I went to go pay a university some money. Like I'm telling you this shit, and I got a degree. I have an engineering degree at that. But if I was 18, 17 years old again, and I wanted to make some fucking money, some real bread, talking 7, 8 figures in 3 to 5 years, I gotta go grind, I gotta go suffer. Yes, I understand that. But I would go hunker down and learn this. Because once you figure this out, you can scale unbelievably. Okay? So just quick recap, D2C ecom, direct to consumer, with a subscription, you get consistent income right? Great relationships with the customer. And the thing about D2C, right, is you get to the data you collect from your products allows you to make better products, right? This is the beautiful thing about leveraging technology, right? When you are so involved with how the processes are going, you get to understand the customer very, very clearly. And then, right, you get to make the products better. You're getting consumer feedback all the time. Okay? That's number 2. And number 3, is digital health / telemedicine. No, obviously, this is going to be for people in the medical field. But this is a market that is going to grow tremendously within the next few years. The way I know this is true is because I can get some of my supplements now, right, from literally talking to a doctor on a FaceTime, on a Zoom. Like a lot of the medical field is trying to transition digitally because of just how incredibly difficult it is to get healthcare, right? How much overhead it is. It's healthcare and getting medical is not as easy as it is, as the world tries to make it seem. It's incredibly challenging for people. And especially as people are getting older and older, like digital health and telemedicine, meaning you're just providing diagnosis. Telemedicine just means you're providing diagnosis, my bad. I cannot pronounce. Diagnosis through telecommunications, right? Whether that be through phone, whether that be through text or whatever, right? The way I know this is gonna be incredibly more profitable, is gonna grow, is because, like I said, I can go and get supplements. I can open a Zoom and talk to a doctor. They can prescribe you stuff. They can diagnose you now. Imagine how they can, you doctors and people in the medical field, they can talk to millions of more people if they switch digital, right? They can have their products and services be scalable now. This is an incredibly scalable business model. So if you're in the medical field or you're a person considering the medical field, I got some doctors in my mentorship, and I definitely tell them about this shit, right? If you can figure out somehow you can provide your services digitally, right? Man, even if you don't listen, if I was a doctor, what I would do is I would create a personal brand. No fucking shit, right? I would create a personal brand where I'm showing my expertise on the internet. Because you can actually provide diagnosis digitally. You don't have to be stuck to your hospital. You don't have to be stuck to your specific branch. You can venture out, create a personal brand, and use the innovation of technology to be able to help millions of people, and you're not necessarily stuck to a salary where you have to come in and perform certain activities, surgeries, or whatever to get your income. Doctors and people in the medical field go through incredible stress to be able to make the kind of money that they make. Super long hours, super long shifts. I would take that expertise that is never going to go anywhere, and I would transition it digital so I can start to help people, right, online without me needing to specifically be there. Right? And just how the world is working now, this is an unbelievable field. If you can get into digital health, telemedicine, you can start to provide your services as a doctor or someone in the medical field online. You can give diagnosis. You can help people. You can give them information. You're no longer tied to that hospital. You're no longer tied to a specific in-person location. All right. So yeah, man, these are my top 3, right? High profit business models that you can get into in Obviously, the last one, digital health, right? you're not gonna get into this unless you are a medical professional, right? So the first two are ones that regular folk can learn. Automation as a service, all right, and D2C e-commerce. If you can get into either one of those two, you can learn those two. You can spend 2 or 3 years learning, right? And you can master and start making 7 to 8 figures, right, within a few years if you're really serious about it. But the last one is for the people in the medical field to take advantage of an opportunity that they might not know is as popular as it's gonna be very soon. Okay.